Good morning. We are going to make a box for an antique tarot game called the Grand Etteilla. Etteilla, as you can see on the first card, it's spelled Etteilla. And it's an old tarot game, 19th century. I was lucky enough to purchase it at a flea market in France. It was sold to me by a vendor who claimed that this tarot game belonged to a medium. And he was ordered to empty the house. He found the tarot game and he was selling it at the flea market. So I was lucky enough to actually purchase this game, and I started to do some research on it. And the game is complete. It was in pretty rough shape. So what I decided first was to protect this game. And what I did is I bought sleeves, plastic sleeves, to protect each card. I looked online and I found this brand right here, Tall Card Sleeves. It's 2 5/8 by 4 13/16. And I must say, it fits perfectly. The card slides right in. It's just a little tight, but it's like it should be. So I was able to protect each card. As you can see, the cards are in pretty bad shape. There's some comments on each card that were added, but I have some troubles reading exactly what it says. But the cards have a really nice patina. They're obviously used. It's a beautiful game. So I'm not here today to basically tell you how to use this game, but we are going to make a box for it, which is gonna allow me to store this game and keep it together. So I'm showing you each card. Well, 78 cards. Misère, fortune, homme de campagne, femme de campagne, départ, étranger, trahison, retard, campagne, la ville, victoire. So I'm going quickly over each one of them so you guys can have an idea how each card looks. 56, critique, espérance, route. Tellement. $78. So here you have it, a Grand Etteilla protected, sleeve protected, and we are ready to start building the box. Um, 1890 Grand Etteilla. And if we go scroll down, we have all the cards. And here is the one we are looking for. So red label, label plus red wrapping. So that's what we're trying to achieve on the layout. Here is a product page from MC Loksky's antiquarian book and cards. You can see here the same basically design, reddish brown box with the label on the front. So you do your research, you kind of try to find information on how the box was made, and from there you can start designing your own box. We are on eBay. I found the same box with the cards. Cards are matching my game. If you look at the back, it's exactly the same. So we have a box here that is label on the outside with red wrapping around. And if you look, so you have here, you have the inside and the outside box. So that's what we're trying to, that's what we are trying to replicate. Okay, right now we are on Etsy, and this product, Grand Etteilla, is a little bit different. You see the back of the card is slightly different. It has this checker design, but the box is in the same style. So I like that. I have good photos right here. And we have a photo of the front, which we can view it pretty large. So what I'm gonna go and do is, I'm going to take snapshots of this image, and I'm going to reconstruct this in Photoshop and use it for my layout. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm going to take a snapshot. Then I'm going to come over here, take another snapshot, and I'll finish with the bottom for my third snapshot. So the next step will be to go to Photoshop and put all these pieces together. Photoshop right now, and the idea is to put together the 3 snapshots we worked on. So I'm going to start with the top one. I'm going to extend the bottom part. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'll have space right here, and I'm going to go grab the second snapshot, which I'm going to copy and paste over here. I'm going to drag it, and we are going to match our design. So you can switch your layer to multiply to sort of match it the closest you can, and if it looks good to you, and when you don't see the transition, that means it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go for the third piece. I'm gonna scroll down right here, and I'm going to bring this so I see I'm a little bit that seems to be good. Multiply, okay. So that looks good. What we're gonna do is take the cropping tool, and we're gonna reduce the size of the image. I'm gonna hit OK, enter. In our layers, we're going to flatten the image. Next, we're going to grab a grid, a rule, and we are going to place it in the top right corner, and we are going to rotate the image, make it straight, here we have it. Looks pretty straight. I'm going to hit enter, and now we're going to crop our image to the grid. Here we go. So we're a little bit off here to the side, so you can maybe use the Band-Aid tool. Here we go. Same for the top. You can just run the Band-Aid tool right there. Here to the side. And we are done. Ready to use this one for the layout. Just save it as a JPEG. You're ready to go. Here we have the outside wrapping layout for the exterior box. It's the label I've put together in Photoshop. This is pretty much where it's gonna be centered in the middle of the box. So I just need to print this out, cut it, fold it, and glue it to my box once it's ready. Okay, welcome. So here we are with the sizes for our inside box. We have a 72.5mm by 54, 70 millimeters by 125 millimeters, and we have 54 millimeters by 125 millimeters. Of course, these two we have to cut twice, so we have 4 sides altogether. All right. Here we have the exterior box. Our square dimensions are 74 by 56, 77 128, 56 by 128, and of course we have to print those twice. Okay, friends, back to the table here, to the mat. I printed out the exterior box. So you have this, we need a single box, this we need 2, and this 2. So I went ahead and made my cuts, and we have 2, 2, 1. Okay. What I do when I cut is I save the line. So I put my ruler, I always put my ruler upside down because I don't like to read the numbers, it distracts me. So I go to the line and actually I hide the line. So I want to save the line when I cut. I always do that. And I always go very light 2 or 3 times before I actually cut my final, when I initiate my final cut. When it comes to the cutout right here, I didn't have the exact size, but I had this hole punch. So I used this hole punch to get pretty much where I want it to be, kind of centered, and I just use a pretty heavy hammer to cut through the cardboard box. So here we are, 2, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do the assembly. Okay, so when it comes to the assembly, I hope you can see, but this piece is my central piece to do the assembly. And I'm gonna start with the sides right here, the smallest sides, and they are glued to the edge of this piece. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up, and because they're glued to the side, so I'm going to take, so basically I want to achieve something like this, right? Where my cardboard goes to the side right here. So in order to do so, I'm going to use a masking tape, which I'm gonna put here. I'm going to place my cardboard box on the side, and I'm going to attach my tape on the other side. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So actually what I like to do, sorry, I'm going to have to, I like to keep all the same edges, same color on one side. So I'm going to keep the white on the inside. So we're going to just go ahead and glue. Okay. And now we're going to do the same for the other side. So we're going to grab a piece of masking tape and put masking tape on this side. And we are going to place a piece against right here and secure it in the back. So we're gonna have something like this. Okay. So now when it comes to gluing it, I'm gonna do one side. I'm using this neutral pH adhesive Limeco glue, and I'm going to use a small brush, and I glue one side, and I'm going to wash this brush because I want to save it for the next glue up, but I'm Okay, here we are. So this is the inside box. So I went ahead and I cut my shapes here, my squares, and I'm ready to assemble it. For this one, I'm not going to record the assembly because it's exactly the same as building this one. So I'm going to speed up the process. The inner box is complete. Put it together, and the test, we're gonna put it in the exterior box, and it works. The little notches on the sides are really helpful to get the box in and out. Box is complete. Now it's time to wrap the box with the label and wrapping paper, which I'm gonna print out and wrap the box with. I'll show you this in the next video. The layout of the outside box and the layout of the inner box. I'm going to cut each one of them and start adjusting it to my boxes. One thing I did before is on these boxes, I noticed the edges were a little bit rough. So what I did is I took some sanding paper and I went over the edges a little bit, just to soften the edges. Doesn't take long, takes 3-4 minutes, but I just wanted to really adjust the edges, make the edges feel smooth before I start applying my wrapping paper around it. So here are my boxes, they are ready. And for the box here, these are my folding marks. I'm gonna just fold the paper first, and then I'm gonna cut it around. So I actually already have that ready for you. It's right here. This is how it looks. And I have the inner box right here. I have it ready as well. So we are going to be ready to wrap our boxes. Here you have it. The outside box is now complete. The inner box is complete. It's just laser print, so it's not super good, this type of printing, but that's the way it is. Here's a deck. I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna put together the box. It's gonna be perfect for storage. And here you have it. A box for the Grand Etteilla. It's gonna get messed up very fast, but at least my cards are protected. And it looks good. Thanks for watching.